Ladies and gentlemen, let me be the first to welcome you, one and all, to the induction ceremony of the 2013 class of Hall of Fame. Every year, we select people who have stood up above and beyond from the past and the present of the VWE history. Tonight, we are inducting 5 new people in to the VWE's Hall of Fame. Many people have taken different roads to get here, but the end result is always the same. Legendary status and the name in the Hall of Fame. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, one and all, I ask you to help welcome the 2013 class of Hall of Fame. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please, let me be the first person here to welcome the very first inductee to the Hall of Fame. She has been with this company for many years. And despite her affinity for pink, tonight she joins the golden status of legendary. She has been a very hard worker in this company for years, and I believe will be so for years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, the very first inductee of 2013, Ruby Jules.
Ribby says, good evening, everyone. It is such an honor to finally be inducted into the VWE Hall of Fame. In a little under a month, I will have been part of the VWE family for 4 years. It seems crazy that I've even been in SL that long, but it's true, and considering that I started SL just half a year before I joined VWE, that means I've spent most of my time in SL as part of the VWE. So tonight, it feels unbelievable to know that my name is going up on that wall along with those who came before me and accomplished just as much or more than me. People like Jen Parkin, Tyrus Saravi, Benja Nirvana, Derek Colt, and Bembe Kirax, as well as tonight's inductees, Shinja, Akasha Fox, Stuart Wharf, and Brackman Wilder. At the same time I joined, I just wanted to be a manager. I looked at the girls around me, and I didn't think I'd fit in as a wrestler. So the last thing I would have imagined was I'd end up becoming the first ever VWE Bombshell Champion, 2010's Manager of the Year, and even one day, the Women's Champion. I've always considered myself a loyal person, loyal to my friends, my family, and my Fed. But to my luck, VWE became my friends and family. During my career in SL Wrestling, I've enjoyed feud with some of the best in SL Wrestling. People like Tyrus Saravi, Sierra Charisma, Lee Valentine, Vendetta, and Isabel Martinez. I've tried to redefine what it means to be a diva by showing people that being sexy and dressing nice doesn't mean you need to be weak, and that just because many of the WWE divas suck these days doesn't mean the girls who choose to look like them in SL must suck as well. Even though I've been at this for 4 years now, I'm not quite ready to retire just yet. I think I still have a lot to offer, a lot of ideas, and I have yet to use, and a lot of surprises in store. So, if you think that 2013 was my year, you haven't seen anything yet. Thank you very much.
And many congratulations to Miss Jules. The next person we are inducting tonight has been with the VWE for a long time, a part of its creativity team, a man who has helped make videos, build sets, a true visionary, despite his in-character douchebaggeriness. But he has been a very good friend outside of the ring, outside of character. He has served the VWE very well, and it is my pleasure and honor to induct Stuart Wolf.
cheers. That's weird. Well, honestly, I'm pretty speechless of being inducted this year. Honestly, some people will probably say, this is an honor for them, but for me, this really is actually an honor to me to be inducted this year with alongside the people like Ruby, Akasha, Shinja, and of course Brackman, as well as everyone else who's always been inducted into the Hall of Fame. And in many ways, being inducted this year is like a culmination of my entire life in SL. Because I joined here in 2000. I joined SL in 2006. I can remember being this crappy little noob, no fashion sense whatsoever. The worst skins are possible. There was no wrestling back then, but I always wanted to do SL wrestling. But with it not being around, I had no clue how to do it. I did other stuff, and I happened to have founded a station that was called Res TV. Don't know if anyone remembers that, but it was through that. It was through that I found the VWE. In fact, there was a crazy German guy who messaged me saying, "Hey, would you tape this show we were doing? It was called Wrestle Series." And I'm like, "What on earth is Wrestle Series?" And the thing is, at that time, I actually wanted to have wrestling on Res TV, so I checked it out. And I didn't know what to expect when it was December 2nd, if I recall, of 2009, that I saw this show called Unleashed. There was something about what I saw that captivated me. And so I agreed, and, well, the rest is history, really, because since that day, I've watched VWE grow from being in this tiny arena named the Wrestling Central Arena, growing into the Res Dome, seeing the production advance year after year, and just eventually become, at the time I was just witnessing it and taping it and broadcasting it live on a god-awful internet connection, by the way. But I found my way into production. There was a little bumpiness along the way, I'm not gonna lie, but I came back to VWE, beginning of 2012. Been doing production, and it's been a blast. It really has. But you can tell I've got no script for this one, by the way, because I'm usually so fluent. But aside from doing the backstage role, the chairman role, the co-chairman, the douchiness, I don't even think, that's what I'm being inducted for. It's all the production stuff. But the thing is, if there's one thing I can sum up the past 4+ years, it feels like 4+ years now. Yeah, it's got to be 4+ years, yeah. If there's anything about it, I've loved being here. I've loved watching this place grow. I wouldn't change anything about this. Because I never wanted to be famous. I never wanted to do the whole wrestling gimmick stuff. I just wanted to put on the best show and put on the best visuals possible and make sure that you all had the best experience you can have. And as long as that's been the case, I've been happy. So thank you, rather than thank me. Thank you. And I have nothing else to say. That's it. Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the next person to be inducted into the VWE Hall of Fame. It is a true personal honor that I have the privilege to be the person to help shepherd this woman in to the VWE Hall of Fame. She started off as one of the best wrestlers of all time. She quickly became known for her amazing high-flying abilities and her creativity. And eventually, one day, she began to pass along that knowledge that she could, training many individuals who have gone on to have wonderful careers of their own, including my own. She has been a long-time personal friend of mine, and it is truly a privilege to welcome into the annals of the Hall of Fame the one, the only, the uncanny enigma, Akasha Fox.
Tasha says, thank you, everyone.
There's no word to express how honored I am to be here tonight in front of all of you, having my name on this wall with all of these legendary names and those who are inducted with me tonight. And I won't thank Benio for all those amazing things he said. That goes straight to my heart. Thank you so much, Ben. You have no idea what it means to me. VWE has been my whole life for a couple of years. When we founded it, I dedicated my life to it. I breathed VWE, slept VWE, thought VWE. I didn't even count how many nights I've spent creating Unleashed, which then became Prime Time. I carried my baby for a month, and now I'm proud of what it has become thanks to you. This place would have never gone that far without all of you, no matter what part you play. If you're part of the staff, if you want a title or not, if you're a superstar or just perform dark matches, if you're a performer or a fan, or even if you're just a guy serving matches at the entrance, it is thanks to each and every one of you that VWE reached the top. So my first thank you goes to you all for all the efforts you put into your careers and everything you bring to the company. I'm sorry, I'm not gifted so for more speeches. I'm more at ease yelling hysterically in the ring than speaking here on the stage. There would be so many people to thank in this adventure that has been mine for years. I truly apologize if I ever forget one of you, but you all know who you are and have a very special place in my heart. First, I would like to thank every single girl that I've had the pleasure to work with. I've always had a blast putting up great matches, no matter the outcome or the rules of it. Even though one day I would have gone hardcore 24/7 if I could. Then I would like to thank one of my tag team partners. This was one of my favorite storylines. We were badass rebels kicking the butt of whoever was on our way. We were fearless. We were merciless. We were the queens of anarchy. Jen, thank you for this brilliant adventure and those great times we had in the rainbow backstage. I couldn't expect any more career and such a good story. Nanny and Taris, I want to thank you girls for those really great championship matches we had together. One that crowned me the first Extreme Women's Champion, and the other one that took it from me. No hard feelings, Douglas, I still love you. Of course, I'm sorry. Of course, one of the girls that had played a major part in my career, the girl with whom I've worked for months and with whom I've had the best match of my career. It was unforgettable. A month of preparation, a lot of sweat and tears. It was painful. It was powerful. It was... I don't even have a word to describe this. It is just the top moment of my career, and I would have never done it without her. I'm talking about Vendetta and this awesome feud that led to this unforgettable, at least to me, scaffold match at Overdrive 2010. Then you're an awesome person to work with, and thank you so much for everything. That leads also to thank Kara, my other half in the Murder Dolls. We've had a lot of fun putting things together, the three of us, and we definitely had some priceless moments. I would also like to thank my trainees for putting up with me because I haven't been nice to them all the time. But now I hope that you realize it was for your own, because when I see how far you guys have gone, it was worth it. I want to say that from the bottom of my heart, I'm really proud of you guys. Time flies and there would be so many people I'd like to thank, but I don't want to make a 30-minute speech, so I'm going to try to make it short. Obviously, I can't forget my #1 fan, Bryce, who's been my fanboy all this time. I also want to thank people like Lou, like Kim, Ben, Ruby, Tyrus, Jan, Lee, Nanny, Ash. The list is long, because they've been there for me in my darkest moments, and they've been my rock throughout all those years, like a true family. And I'll never thank them enough for their support. Like I said, the list of thanks is very long, and I don't think people will hold a grudge against me if their names are mentioned tonight, because they know how grateful I am for knowing them. Finally, I would like to give one last thank you to the person without whom I wouldn't be here tonight. Without him, the Uncanny Enigma probably wouldn't have existed, and I certainly wouldn't have achieved everything I've done in my career. He's been my idol, he's been my model, he's been my friend, and the story goes on. My final thank you will go to Seth Cameron for everything he's done in Mountain Man. There are times when you need to accept that you must leave and let others take your place. New talents, fresh ideas, new faces. To keep entertaining, a federation needs to renew itself, and now that I'm here in front of all of you, I can officially say that my time has come. I'll never forget all those great moments we've had, but everything has an end, and this is it for me. With all those promising talents, I can tell that VWE has a long and bright future. I've had the best career I could ever dream of, and tonight, I can tell that I have reached the top. All my dreams are fulfilled, and I will leave this place with no regret but the one of not being able to show you how much I am really grateful for everything you've done. Thank you everyone from the bottom of my heart, and I wish all the best to VWE. Thank you.
Jen says, as much as you know, I'm not much of a speaker, so God only knows why he asked me to induct him, but here I go. Anybody in SL Wrestling knows of Sinja, or heard the name. From the depths of SLCW, the idea of Sinja was born from the ashes of Tenzin. He started from the bowing nice guy to HKWF's first world champion, to leaving Ashron a permanent mark on his career. He went on from there to surface into the XWA, where his hardcore side we all know was born, and he was rarely not holding the XWA Extreme Championship. He also had a run as the VWE US Champion. But that's enough of his facts. The man behind the sadistic Asian is probably someone who loves SL Wrestling so much to even a fault sometimes. I met him back in 2008, and we became the best of friends. And he is someone that, even though he can be a pain in my ass sometimes, he is truly my brother from another mother. He worked hard, and this seat in the Hall of Fame is well overdue, and he deserves it. So yeah, I'm not much for words, as I said. So get out here, you toxic egg roll, because Sinja, you are in the class of 2013.
Shinja says, "Good evening all. I'd like to thank you all for taking the time to be here for this glorious occasion. This is difficult for me because accepting honor and glory and awards isn't one of my strong points. I've always said do this for two reasons: fun and entertainment. I never think about what can I do for myself, what's in it for me. I never think that. I never think that all I care about is me, myself, and I. When you guys cheer me, you're doing exactly what I aim for. When you guys cheer me, that's the reward that brings a smile to my face. And always. The reaction from you people makes me feel more like a champion and a legend, more than titles, trophies, awards, and etc. Winning awards and such is great. I tell you, there's no greater feeling than pleasing others. There is no greater feeling than the joy you can get from helping others reach their goals. There's no greater feeling I get from helping other wrestlers get ahead. I get where I am on my own. Others trained me. Others believed in me. Others gave me tips and pointers, and I listened. That's what made me the star you see right here, right now. I'm saying that I'd like to thank my main trainers, Alpine Chris and Paula Wilcox, one of my longtime bestest friends in SL, Jen Parkin. I'd like to thank any wrestling promoter who has accepted me in their feds. From Alpine Chris, Ivan Halfpint, and Eric Stewart to Lou McMahon, Seth Cameron, and Maxine Darkwatch. I also, once again, want to thank my friends and fans. 'Tis you who always lets me know that when I'm in this ring, that I'm putting on a show that you all enjoy. In character, I'm very determined, distant, and disturbed. As soon as the show ends, I want you all to know, from the very bottom of my heart, that I love and care about each and every one of you. I keep you all in my thoughts and prayers.
Thank you.
It brings a smile to my face every time I see you guys at shows or just in work. From friends and associates from the past to friends and associates now and to friends and associates in the future, I love and thank you all. In saying that, I accept this induction with great honor, not for myself, but for all of you. A lot of this entertainment. A lot forget who really makes them who they are in this entertainment. Shinja will never forget any of you. I will never claim I got here on my own accord. When someone asks me who made Shinja a success, the answer is always simple. To the people, my fans, my friends, my associates. I thank you all. Never forget that Shinja will and always love you all.
Hi, everybody. It's your local favorite Big Shot here. Hi, horses. The last person to be inducted here tonight is so important to me that you all know I'm the master of winging it and just saying whatever's on my mind, but I actually took the time to fill out a note card here tonight and actually wrote out what I was going to say because this person means so much to me. So here it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's last inductee into the Hall of Fame is someone that we all know and love, not just by himself, but that significant beard that he always had with himself. That's right, people. I'm talking about Brackman Wilder. While this person was a calm and cool personality, you wouldn't notice him until he would come by your screen and made you turn your head with his rolling around the place or his bubble popping noises on his mic. Everyone knew whom he was due to his high fives and happy nature. He would also get tickled to death when someone would call him boss. While his career would shine tonight, ladies and gentlemen, he will forever shine tonight as we put this charming, drop-dead sexy man into the Hall of Fame. It was a career that started at Rage Championship Wrestling. While sporting an Andy Kaufman-type gimmick, his first match saw him taking on the American athlete Nanny Gothley, where he fell victim to a loss. He actually had the honor to face two former VWE Hall of Famers in the Hardcore Freak Jen Parkin and Kimberly Soulstar, the Dark Diva, where he was handed his rear end thanks to both Jim and Kimberly when he crawled away. He then worked in Rage as a booker for the matches. He also, though, began his career in a place well known as XWA, where he debuted having won the Million Linden Lottery and doing a $1 Million Man type gimmick with Jessica Haikova as his arm candy. His first match that he had was against everyone's favorite first-timer, Tony the Tiger Composer, in which he fell victim to the Tiger Man. As time went by in the XWA, Brackman went full-time. Brackman went on to participate in the first ever XWA Wrestle Series, where he took part in the Tag Team Battle Royal to crown the first ever XWA Tag Team Champions, though he was unsuccessful in his venture. Brackman would spend his time after that honing his craft and working on new moves during shows and house shows. He even faced a certain Big Shot in his second match ever, defeating him with a Black Diamond Shooting Star Press. In XWA's second ever free preview, Frostbite, Brackman would compete for the VWE United States title against the hero Benbei Kirex in the Lumberjack match. While he was still unsuccessful in this venture, he gained experience through it. His first taste of Gold Glory, though, came to when he beat Tyler Hydroconis for the first ever XWA exhibition title. He would also go on to win the VWE United States title, VWE European title, World Heavyweight Championship, and the VWE Tag Team Championships with a certain sexy guy. God, I can't remember his name. Wait for applause and laughter. And a VWE Golden Rope Award winner as well. Though in one of his biggest moments in VWE history came when Jessica was complaining, only to have Brackman break his silence, firing her and having enough, making the whole SL wrestling community lose their marbles and cheer as loud as ever. Brackman would go on to a highly successful career in VWE after that, challenging the likes of Seth Cameron, Benbei Kirex, having 5-star matches with Alexius Gant for the European Championship in a best-of-7 series, which to this day remains one of the best series of matches ever in VWE history. Later on down the line, Brackman decided that he would form a tag team with some guy. Oh wait, that's me! It's me. Yeah, now I know, it's me. To form Big Money Incorporated. Big Money would have the power of the Big Shot and the technical expertise of Brackman to go on to win the VWE Tag Team Championship. But there was something else of a milestone in that Tag Team Championship win for Brackman. It would go to serve that Brackman Wilder was the first ever VWE Grand Slam champion, winning all the titles in VWE. He would also compete in the first ever VWE Elimination Dome as well, being one of the guys to put on one of the best matches in VWE history itself. Though due to real-life reasons he had to hang his hat up in VWE, people still to this day wonder if he will ever come back, and always hope and pray that he does. Though people will remember him for his rich wrestling matches, they also remember him for his antics. Yes, I wish for one more match as well. I always do. I certainly do. At Beach Brawl, Brackman would always amaze due to his antics. One Beach Brawl, he would come to the ring, get on the mic like he wanted to say something, then go into the moat with a rubber ducky inner tube, and then pogo to the back, making King Nirvana, at the time, actually break character and lose his marbles as he laughed loudly to Wildfire needing to take off her headset because he was too loud. Another Beach Brawl saw Brackman land in a helicopter to the crowd cheering loudly for his name. At one VWE free preview, he would come out on a white horse in cowboy gear to his theme song Headspace with a country twist to it. Though Brackman would make grand entrances, he always wanted to be able to help in the funny antics as he would appear in the Xmas video, pounding his chest rapidly with the Big Shot giving his holiday wishes. Though in something everyone wished for, he appeared in the Dos Equis commercial as the most interesting man in SL, saying we all needed to stay thirsty. Everyone in the VWE and SL wrestling community knew who Brackman was inside and outside of the ring. In the later years, he would serve as one half of the owners of the VWE. His one mission statement was that he wanted everyone to get their fair shake in this company, and to this day that is upheld. I'm now going to say a little something personal about Brackman from my side since I'm up here. Guys, ladies, I thank God every day that I was able to meet someone like Brackman. And Brack, I know you're listening. I wanted to say this from me to you. You, sir, for whatever you believe in, if there's a heaven, I know that there is a spot there reserved for you. Because I know you are a good person and you believed in somebody like me. And he told me himself when he first took over the VWE along with Jen. He told me that I'm going to give you something that you should have had a long time ago. And I asked him, what's that? And he said, I want to give you the spotlight that you deserve. And to this day, oh shit, here it comes. And to this day, that means so much to me. That he actually wanted to believe in somebody like me. This has been a long time coming, Brett. Well, everyone knows you for your beard. Tonight, everyone will know you now that you, sir, have cemented yourself in tonight's VWE Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you your newest inductee, the Wild Man, and the most interesting man in SL, Brackman Wilder.
I have to say, it's going to be really hard to follow that up. So it's been about 2 years since I've done this, so please excuse me if I'm a little rusty. Nice to see everyone has their beards out there now. So Binja, he summed up a lot of it. In fact, he said a lot of stuff that I was actually going to say. And I'm really thankful that, you know, he did his research. And he's really amazing guy. So there's a million people I want to thank, of course. And I have to say, honestly, I'm honored to be inducted with this class. All these people have contributed somehow to me as a character and as a person. And I always think back to the matches that me and Shinja had. Always thankful that that we always had the right chemistry and we were always able to entertain all you fans. Whenever I started SL, I almost immediately got into wrestling. And it was back whenever everyone was into the new clothes shops with 0L clothing, and I had my first suit, which cost me 0L. And somehow I ended up getting recruited to Rage Wrestling by Royce Boa. someone whose guidance really helped me become who I am. And after I had those first few matches with the females, of course, Carrie Dinamore and Nanny, and then getting my ass beat by Jen and Kimberly, I have to say, all of you were there from the beginning, you know. I was getting cheered whenever I was doing terrible things, which always kind of made me happy in the end. Along the way, I met Cerise at the VWE arena, back whenever it was the XWA arena. She's someone who made a huge impact in my real life, first and foremost. As a matter of fact, she is right behind me as I speak. Someone who took me from Texas all the way up here to New York with the snow. Yes, the snow. Amazing, amazing snow. Yes, Broly is 20 minutes away and Jen is 15. Which, as a matter of fact, they were going to try everything to get me here, so I almost had to get intimidated by Jen to show up here. But here I am. So, along the path in SL Wrestling, there are some people who get to know me as far as character-wise and give me guidance, and there are also people who help me in real life. And one of those friends was actually Jessica Haikova, the most hated manager in SL Wrestling history, I believe. Someone who got more boos than Vicky Guerrero saying "excuse me." So the moment that I think really changed everything was the moment that I first got on Voice, and I think everyone was on the Brackman bandwagon by then. By doing that, I turned face, and I think you all got to see a little bit more of my real personality. Never wanting to overdo it with the gimmick, always trying to convey who I really am. As far as wrestling skill goes, it's kind of funny because in the early days of XWA, in a pretty funny way, I don't think anybody really mentions this, but I think all us guys were actually trying to catch up with the girls as far as wrestling skill goes. With the matches between Akasha and Nanny and Vendetta and Louvre, everybody, they were way beyond us. So we were always trying to, follow up their amazing matches, which I think thankfully we've come a long way. So Tony the Tiger was my first match, and I have to say he was quite a character and one of the most amazing first people I could have ever faced. Of course, I wouldn't even know how to wrestle without the help of Paula Wilcox, my trainer. She took me in at Rage and showed me how to use the ACPWS and showed me how to rope shoot correctly, which is a big thing. And of course, looking at Shinja's matches, I found inspiration in creating new moves out of the limited color palette we had, turning a suplex into a jackhammer with a cell, turning a power bomb and a superplex into a triple team move with Alexius and Woofy. Yeah, it wasn't easy, but that's always one of the reasons I loved wrestling. Speaking of Alexius, that match, those 7 matches we had will always be in my top 10. They take up 7 spots, yes. Culminating with that massive ladder match that somehow worked. Even though the ladder was uncooperative, we were able to tame it. finally I won the the world title, and that's always been a massive thing for me. Trying so hard to get to it, and time after time, you know, falling back, having it barely out of my reach. The first time I won it from Seth in the Fatal 4-Way at Beach Brawl, that was so amazing, and I want to thank you all for giving me all the cheers you gave me and giving me all the support. My last match was February 17th, 2012. It was at Elimination Dome with Jackson. Jackson actually catching me and me doing what they call doing the deed. Being the first person eliminated in that match and losing the title. I have to say I'm proud of Jackson. I'm proud how far he's come. And I'm glad that he took the ball and he ran with it. Because at some point, many of you are going to get that chance, and it's what you make of it. And I'm glad that I was able to do that for him. I have to say, the Wrestle Series that I fought Ben Bay was one of the biggest, most emotional nights of my SL wrestling career. Having the entrance music and the entrance video that actually, you know, brought tears to people's eyes, summing up my career. In a way, I knew what was coming at that point. And I'm glad that all of you were there to watch it, and thank you to Ben for giving me one of my best matches. It takes two people to dance, and you always want to have somebody with you who's an amazing dancer, as they put it, like Fandango. And if the stars line up, then you have a 5-star match, and I'm glad I can call that match a 5-star match. Another thing is, I've lost a lot more matches than I've won, which says a lot, even with as much as I was able to accomplish. I want everyone to remember that. You lose a lot more than you win. And yeah, I see you, Cody. So always remember that. And I think Shinja put it really well whenever he was speaking a minute ago. It's not so much about stepping on others as it is helping them up. And I'm thankful that I was able to help so many people up. And also I'm thankful that they're all doing the job now. Right now, you have people on top who were in the middle whenever I was on top. And I'm glad that I was able to step aside and let everyone have their shot. That's what it's always been about. And no matter what the history books say or how much people change, what the younger wrestlers learn, there's always going to be us old timers around who show the wrestlers what really happened, who tell the stories of back in the day, tell the good times and the bad times. I think it's about time I should wrap this up. So thank you all for being here for me. And I think the bottom line should really be that in the end, it's SL Wrestling. And in the end, we're all human. So everyone should really just be nice. We all learned it in kindergarten. We should keep it up today. Be nice. Thank you all for your support, and I will see all of you down the road.
Congratulations, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, for the final time, may I please present to you the VWE Hall of Fame class of 2013. Would all the inductees please, at this time, join us on stage? I proudly, and honorably induct every single one of you as a legend in the VWE. And whether you continue to be with us for many years to come or say farewell tonight, we say to each and every one of you, thank you. Thank you all for the wonderful entertainment you have brought every single one of us for now and the years to come. So ladies and gentlemen, please, the VWE class of 2013.
This video was filmed on location by Zarrakan Productions. Zarrakan Productions is an umbrella group for many YouTube shows and businesses both inside and outside of Second Life. Please go to Zarrakan.com for a complete listing of shows and businesses associated with Zarrakan Productions and their own media links. Zarrakan Productions shows have been organized alphabetically in playlists in a year, month, day format for easier video navigation. Multiple part videos have been named accordingly, starting with part 1, and the last video of a multiple part video series will have end as a part of its title. Please like, comment, and share this video as it helps both Zarrakan Productions and the creators of this video's content. Also, be sure to check the playlists for past episodes of show content, and subscribe to this channel for future videos. Thank you for watching, and happy wandering.